Hello everyone, and welcome to my first vlog. I'm Michael. Some of you guys know me as Bones, some of you know me as Hollowell, some of you just know me as that annoying guy, and some of you know me as Mr. Hollowell. And yeah, this is a thing I've been wanting to do for a while now. I just kept kind of pushing it off, and finally last week I decided, screw it, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna actually make this happen, I'm gonna make this a thing. I decided, why not? I'm going to throw up some gameplay footage because I'm super awkward and I don't like just talking and doing nothing else. And also, you guys have something to look at other than my ugly mug. So this is Space Engineers. It's a survival game where you just kind of find resources, craft stuff, and make big ol' ships. You'll get to see a little bit of my little first outpost, I guess. And yeah, figured I'll talk about my time here so far. I've got about 30 minutes, and I'll also answer some questions that you guys sent me. So without further ado, I guess let's begin. And I really hope this thing works like I'm hoping it does. This is sorry about that. I hit the wrong damn button. This is actually my very first video. Well, no, not my very first video. I did stream one video before. It was Morrowind, and I was so upset with myself afterwards that I deleted it. I was upset with myself for actually a very good reason. So I'm using some software to help me do this recording. I'm not using the stuff that comes stock on Windows, mostly because I don't like the Windows program much at all. Yeah, the OBS uses hotkeys, and if you hit the wrong hotkey, which I did manually set, this is squarely on me, you do the wrong thing. And when you do the wrong thing, of course, bad stuff happens. So I actually just stopped the recording, and I'm going to have to splice this together through some miracle of witchcraft and voodoo, and I'm going to have to splice these together. I don't know why it's got that. I thought I uninstalled that. Whatever. So like I said, this is Space Engineers. That's not what I want. That's what I want. And yeah. So first things first, for any of you that don't know, I'm not in the States right now. Big government called, said, hey, Kansas, we need you guys to go do a thing in a place. And so we came here to the middle of a godforsaken desert, and we are going to do stuff and take names. So I'm with the 2nd 137th Combined Arms Battalion, which you don't really need to worry about what that is too much. Suffice to say, we have a very broad definition, I'll put it that way. On the one hand, we do a lot of maintenance, which is actually what my company does, which is a forward maintenance company. We do maintenance on all the stuff that gets broken, all the stuff that needs modified. We do some of that. And then, of course, we've got line companies, and they have tanks and brads and all kinds of fun stuff. So basically, if it blows up, we fix it. And if it doesn't blow up, we can make it blow up without the need for engineers, which is ironic considering I'm playing a game about being an engineer. So I guess the first thing that people might want to know is, how long have I been here? Well, I can't really tell you that because OPSEC, obviously I can tell you guys like one-on-one kind of how long I've been here. But as far as like publishing this and just having it out there for all the world to see, no telling if Mr. Bad Guy is gonna see this and be like, oh, I can help build their timeline. Which, let's face it, if they can build a timeline of U.S. security and operations off of my one video, I'm going to be hella impressed. Even if they manage to combine it with other videos and figure it out like that, I'll still be hella impressed. That would just be a feat. At that point, I'm just going to say, you know what? You guys deserve to be terrorists. You guys are too damn good at this. There we go. So I've been here since summer, and going to be here for quite a while yet. Um, how do I make this thing stop? I don't even know how anymore. There we go. So I'll be here for a little bit less than a year. It's actually going to be about, good lord, it's going to be about 5 months before I have any hope of going home, which is fine. This is actually not a bad deployment. This has been a very do-nothing deployment. Did that beacon just die as I was approaching it? Yep. Damn. Darn. This has been a very do-nothing deployment. Not a whole lot's been going on, which is a good thing and a bad thing. On the one hand, it's a good thing because it means, you know, I don't have people shooting at me. Chances of accidents happening and people getting injured is significantly less, which is fantastic. Kind of one of the things that I was worried about, that I voiced to some of you guys, was that I struggle to trust some of the individuals in my brigade to be intelligent. And luckily we haven't had any serious injuries. We haven't had any serious issues come up in terms of people getting hurt. We've had some people, you know, twist their ankles and jack up knees, but really, there really hasn't been much that's happened. Just want to get in here and remind me of some uranium. There we go. I feel like that's awfully loud. So fortunately, we haven't had a lot of people getting injured. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of people who are very bored. Very bored. Mostly the people that they've done combat tours before, or even, you know, have done other deployments where there was just more going on. So who knows, maybe that'll change at some point. We'll get some stuff going. But in the meantime, you know, I'm kind of enjoying not having a whole lot that needs to happen. Just because, you know, it gives me time to focus on other stuff and kind of, you know, focus on my life and things that I need to fix and whatnot. What kinds of things? Well, you guys are just going to have to ask, because I'm not answering questions like that unless people want to know the answer. Let's see here. What kind of stuff have we done so far? A lot of training that was honestly a little bit silly considering the timing. We were still getting settled in, and immediately the people high up were just like, "Hey, let's start doing this training for this thing that isn't actually that important yet." And the whole thing kind of came down to a case of trying to do a lot of stuff and just not everyone being ready to get started on that. So I can't really be upset with Command for wanting to get a head start on stuff, because if we'd gotten a head start on stuff, we would have actually been where we needed to be. And that's too bad. I can be a little upset. Words, they're tough. I can be a little bit upset with them, though, for wanting to press training when there really wasn't a need to, and all the Joes were still trying to get settled in. There's been some shenaniganry that's gone on. You'll notice I'm in civilians. That only happens on refit days, which, thanks to the companies basically saying, look, you're going to have issues if soldier morale drops too much. We're actually allowed to wear civilians on refit day, which will happen twice a week instead of just once a week like was really supposed to happen. Of course, if you dig deep enough, and this isn't really anything secret, yeah, you'd have to do a little bit of digging for it, but post policy is no civilians off hour, or I should say no civilians unless you're on off hours. And they define off hours as being anytime you're not on duty. And then they added to that, if you're on duty, that's the only time you can wear your uniform. Because they don't want a military presence, they just want a presence here. Because it does make some of the locals uncomfortable, I assume is the reasoning. And I can't really fault that. I would be kind of freaked out if there was always a bunch of soldiers from another country in the States. Like that'd be kind of weird, right? Like I'm not the only one that thinks that'd be really, really odd. Is it going to suck up that uranium? It is. Good. So yeah, that's kind of long and short of that. Uniform situation. I actually picked up this this overshirt in the bazaar. We've been doing MWR trips every weekend for about the last 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, maybe 5 weeks. I forget now. Out to Kuwait City to do stuff. We've done things like gone to the museum, which I should elaborate on that. It's not just a museum. It's actually a sort of a science city kind of place, like a cosmosphere. It's a, I guess, aquarium with a lot of fossils. Pardon me. And it's also got like an IMAX and some really cool stuff. And I'm hoping I can get you guys some pictures and video of that, because I did take quite a few pictures. They have mother effing fennecs. And they're adorable. And they have bats. And they're adorable. They also have lots of little tiny sharks, like the 3-foot ones, which is so cute. And these really adorable birds. I don't know what they're called offhand, but like, yeah, they're just adorable. And these even more adorable, like, they look like a hamster if you gave it ostrich legs and a really long tail. They're adorable. And they were just like chilling out and hanging around this bearded dragon. It was pretty cool. Like, the bearded dragon was just like, I got insects. You guys are so big, I would probably break my jaw trying to eat you. Let's see here, what else? We went to the mall, which I got some cool pictures of that. It's actually a really big mall called the Avenues. Like, this place is huge. There was literally a mall inside the mall. If I had any issues with the place, it's that it's full of people that don't know that they're wearing way too much cologne. And sometimes the cologne is like, oh, okay, this actually smells kind of nice. Like, it's not awful. And then other times it's like, oh my god, dude, oh, what did you do? Burn olives and run half naked through the smoke? And oh god, I can't breathe. And as some of you know, I've got a really sensitive nose. So, like, halfway through our trip there, I was just like, oh god, can we please just leave? My head is killing me. Ugh. And everyone was kind of looking at me like, is he okay? He seems a little... Disassembly, that's the thing I was thinking of. I can't... Oh, right, I don't have an assembler in here yet. I need to get me one of those. What else have we done? Oh, we went to the Kuwait Towers, which was really cool. Got some amazing shots. Kuwait City is a really interesting city. For those of you that have been to big cities, like, you know, there's the nice district and then there's the poor district. And Kuwait City is not like that. Kuwait City is actually just sort of mismatched, and there's some nice areas, and then you'll go across the street and it's like, oh hey, I'm in like the ghetto if the ghetto was literally blown up every other day. And the souks, which is like this outdoor bazaar, they're actually really cool to walk down. The prices are actually not bad. I picked up some stuff for pretty cheap. We've had some people get some Folex, is what some of us have taken to calling them. They're these fake Rolexes that look legit. Like, they look like the real thing, but they're obviously not if you know what you're really looking for. Which is fine. They knew what they were getting into, but they'd be like $8. I know you guys can't see it too awful well. I hope I'm getting this lined up right. But I picked this watch up for like 15 Kuwaiti dinar, which is like $45. Which I don't mind paying, because they do usually charge a lot more if you're using card. I didn't have any dinar on me. And I've never had a nice watch. I've never actually had a nice watch before. So this was kind of like a gift from me, for being me. Let me see if I can get that box to go away. How do I... Shift F1. Show all. Yep. There we go. Got it to go away. Love it. What else have we done? Went by the beach, which I have to say, I'm really glad the water smells the same. I've been by the beach a few times back in the States, California especially. The waves sound the same, and thank God the water smells the same. I was kind of expecting to have a gunky smell, just because this place is kind of a crap hole. I don't feel bad about saying that at all. I really don't. And I was very pleasantly surprised that it smells the same. It's humid though. Like, oh God, I'm drowning humid. I can't breathe humid. Which isn't necessarily unexpected, just surprising. I've never experienced humidity like that before. Which, for being a desert, this place gets really humid. You don't normally think of deserts getting humid. This place is very hot. Like, it was surprising to find out that this coming week, we're expecting temperatures in the 90s. When I first got here, we were like, oh, it's 120 degrees. Crap baskets, we're all going to die. And now we're like, oh, it's 110. Okay, that's not bad. I can live with this. This is nice. This is doable. And now we're all like, 90 degrees. What the hell? What the heck? Rassafrassa, as they first say here in the USO today. I am in the USO, actually. I'm not doing this in my tent. I don't have like really nice billets. I might show you guys like pictures of my of where I'm staying at some point. Probably I'll take some pictures. Might do that tomorrow, I think, and then I'll post them to Facebook. Our living situation is actually not terrible. It's like a tent for like 40 people, so it's not awful. It could be better. I was really hoping they'd, have enough space for us to all have billeting. I knew it wasn't going to happen. I was kind of upset that... Why aren't you scrolling down? I was kind of upset that they didn't make sure there was going to be enough space for... Why aren't you scrolling up? This is weird. It normally just sort of like scrolls. I'm not really sure what just happened there. Yeah, it's doing it still. That's annoying. That's fine, I can do this. There we go. Ooh, that's landed. But normally the E5s and up, the sergeants and up, have rooms as well. And they didn't, because there's not enough space due to a combination of mismanagement, and my battalion, well, my brigade, I should say, is just that big. Like, Kuwait... Oh, I was still moving forward. Crap baskets. Crap baskets. And it's doing this again for some weird reason. I don't understand. Go grab my body, and then I'll grab the beacon. Like, my brigade is something like 6,000 soldiers. Buring was not prepared for another 6,000 soldiers. So that was a thing. I'm not sure. There it is. Just grab all of that. Put that away. So they were kind of scrambling to find space for all of us at first. That was kind of a fustercluck, I won't lie. What is this? What? There's cosmetic. Oh, that's right. They added cosmetics at some point. I have not played this game in a long time, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, getting here was kind of a fustercluck. No one really knew where they were supposed to be at first, and it took I want to say it was about a week, and they finally figured out where everyone was going to be. And then some of us have moved 10 since then. I'm one of those unfortunate people. Which wasn't that bad. Like, some people were like, "Oh man, that's horrible. Why did they wait so long?" Rah rah rah. It's like, ugh, who cares? Like, it happens. I can't be upset. Like, it's whatever. Which sometimes is, just the way you gotta approach life's problems. Just be like, this isn't important. Whatever. I've got other things to deal with. Oh God, why? This game is kind of finicky with the physics. I've had ships like barely move, but because they had so much mass, it said, "Oh, this thing bumps you, you're dead." But it was moving so slow, I literally couldn't see it moving. Yeah, but it has a mass of about 10,000 kilograms. You're dead. I don't think that's how physics works, but okay. What are you? An atmospheric frigate. This game does have random enemies that spawn in, thankfully. I'm actually running a few mods to add more, because they don't spawn in Atmo normally. This mod adds, one of the mods I'm running adds in Atmo transports and pirates and the like. Luckily I haven't run into any pirates because they will destroy my little outpost here. Which reminds me, I should probably make sure my beacon is not sending out anything. I still have these ramps up, that's right. I should probably make sure I don't have that running. These are all set to... Yeah, see, it's doing it again, and I don't get why. This game is acting buggier than usual. It's normally not at all buggy like this. I want... Beacon? No. What is this? Show inbox. That is weird. Because I know I have a beacon. That is very weird. How do I get out of this thing? How do I get out? I don't know how to get out. There we go. It's F. Of course it's F. Okay, well, since I can't just turn this damn thing off, I guess I'll do this. Leave it non-functional. That's how it's done. Where was I? So, yeah, some of us have moved around a lot, some of us haven't. Some people have been upset about it, some people have been. Different personalities are reacting to stuff, differently. Like you'd expect. Back to what I was doing. This has honestly been kind of a journey for me. So, a lot has happened for me, not just like in terms of, hey, you're deployed, stuff's happening, but it's also been kind of a journey for me emotionally. Like, I can't really describe it. There's just sort of this understanding that things are different now, and I know I'm different than I was when I first got here, for damn sure. Sorry, for darn sure. For instance, I'm looking at investing stocks now. Like, what? I've never thought about doing that before. And a part of it is, honestly, this very cool program that my battalion is doing called Volunteer University, where they're just sort of going through some coursework, and it's just kind of stuff that they thought would be good for us to know and be aware of. And honestly, it's helped me a little bit. Like, I've built a budget. Like, I've never actually just sat down and built a budget before. Like, that's so domesticated. That's not me. I'm not domesticated. What? Oh god, that's not what I wanted to do. There you go. I think it's the trackpad. I'm actually not. Oh dear, I thought that was still attached. Oh. Okay, it's not a big deal. I need to disassemble this anyway. I can still access stuff through the various keyboards. So like last week we did budgeting. This week we did investing. Next week we're doing something else. Retirement. We're doing retirement. Oh God, it's all breaking apart. And probably damaging stuff in here that I can't fix. Yeah, I can break this part down first. Let's see here. So after retirement, we're doing debt management. Which, I mean, a lot of the stuff to me is very kind of intuitive, just because I've already educated myself a little bit on some of it. But some of it is also like, what? And some of it's also been like, if you asked me about investing like last week, I'd have looked at you and gone, yep, you speak really good Chinese. That wasn't Chinese you were speaking? And now I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of got a handle on this. It sort of makes sense. If you guys want to know more about investing, by the way, let me look it up for you real fast. There's a website that we are pointing to that it actually gives you like a quick rundown on the kinds of investments. Investopedia, which is spelled exactly how it sounds. Investopedia. And they've also got like breakdown. I know they do some stocks. They have like breakdowns of like, oh hey, this company does this well. Here's a chart of them. Here's a bit of their background. Here's how they've done in the past, which is really nice. As an exercise, we actually have to invest in a company with $1,000. This is all like hypothetical. Like, hey, pick a company. You have $1,000. You can actually invest in multiple companies if you want. And we're going to see how well everyone does next week, which I went a little odd. I think most people went with more obvious stuff. I wound up investing in this company called Oro Cobre, which is this relatively new company out of Australia that they mine lithium. So I was like, you know what? It's going to have cheap stocks, which it came up to like, let me double check here, $2.76 in USD. So I bought 377 shares, or stocks rather, and we're going to see how well it does. Our objective is just to see who has the biggest return, raw dollar amount. So we'll see how well that goes. We got people here who they got a lot of experience investing. It's really cool. And they like actually are starting to have meetups here sometime soon, I hope, where they like discuss stocks and bonds and all that good jazz. But yeah, if you had asked me a week ago questions about investing, I'd have looked at you and gone, yep, nice Chinese. And now I kind of got a handle on it, which I already had a little bit of a handle on it thanks to watching Last Week Tonight. They've brought up investing a couple times. Like, I had a pretty good idea of what bonds were already, which, I mean, it's basically just an IOU with interest, which if you're wanting to invest, IOUs are generally considered pretty safe. What else? Let's see here. Retirement. That one's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be kind of interesting. Again, I've already got a pretty good handle on it just because I watched way too much Last Week Tonight. Let's swap out these armor blocks real fast for this. So in this game, Donqua. Okay, I think I know what's causing that. It's weird. This game never acts this way. I've never seen it do this kind of stuff. Okay, so we're going to delete that. Go to this. What the? What is not a half block. Okay, that's a thing apparently. Maybe we'll just focus on tearing stuff down for the moment, because space engineers, you're drunk, go home. Actually, no, pass me some alcohol. But yeah, last week tonight they've talked a lot about investment, just because like money ends up being a thing that comes up in their in the stuff they talk about a lot. And I also recommend last week tonight, just because like it's just genuinely, oh god, fix that, fix that, fix that. It's just really good programming. John Oliver and his staff have gone out of the way to try not to be biased. So, like, you can tell when they're ripping on people because they're being idiots, and when they're just ripping on people because they're dumb. As opposed to, I have an agenda and it is X. Which has been great. It's really helped me with my sanity. Because I don't know if you guys know this. But, this place is stressful. It really is. Let me think here. What else? Are you still doing... Yeah, it's still doing that. Yeah, this place has been kind of taxing on the sanity a little bit. I've reached out to some of you now, and you know, like... Oh, Bones is a little bit crazy. This place can bring out the worst in you. It really can. Like, when I say worst, I don't mean like, oh, you're a hateful person now. I mean like, no, it just, if you're having issues with depression, if you're already in a bad place, it's just going to make things worse. Which, thankfully, I've got amazing friends and amazing family, and y'all have helped out with that a hell of a lot. Pardon my French. Sorry, I am trying to work on my language. I'm actually trying not to curse. Dun dun dun. Just because I want it to not be something that defines me, you know? And I figured, why not? This is a good place to do that. Of course, I also said this would be a good place to, you know, cut back on caffeine, and this is my second one today. But next week I'm going to start cutting back again, because it has gone pretty bad. Let me think. What else has happened? We just had a spur ride, which is like a thing where, people who are not in the cavalry are able to gain their spurs, which is this. I'm being perfectly honest, it's kind of stupid. But basically, it's like a spur. It's like a little blunt spike that goes on your hip. Oh. Has it already been an hour? No, it has not been an hour yet. Has it? Maybe it has. Tell you what, guys, I will be right back. Let me check something real fast, because I might actually have to cut this short. So I will be right back. Hey guys, sorry about that. It's been about 22 hours since I hit the stop recording button. You'll notice I'm in a different room now. I hit the stop recording button. I forgot to hit the start recording button when I went to check what the beeping was. That was the pager letting me know, hey, time's up. Someone else wants to use the room. Get out. That's my bad. I was hoping to have already had this uploaded. Yeah. I'm going to do my best not to make that mistake again. So, sorry I didn't get to your questions today. Next week will be much less of a stream of consciousnness, especially in the beginning. I'll get to your questions immediately instead of pushing them towards the end. Real quick, I want to give a couple shout-outs. One, to Cassie for being awesome and giving me the motivation to actually do this. And two, I want to give a shout-out to Spitfire, whose YouTube channel and Discord channel will be in the description below if you guys want to check her out. She's been gracious enough to let me shamelessly advertise this on her channel. If you guys are interested in any of the wargaming products out there, whether it be World of Warships or World of Tanks, I know she's got people in her community that also do Armored Warfare. Her community is going to be the place to go. They're really solid. All of them are great people. Like I said, there's going to be a link to both her Discord channel and to her YouTube channel below if you want to check her out. I'm also going to include Discord's actual website. That way, if you guys want to download Discord, you can find it there, or you just use the desktop app, or I should say the internet app. I'm also going to put my Discord below because my phone is currently dead. The battery, which is hardwired into the circuits, is no longer charging, which means next paycheck, I'm going to have to go and pick up a newer phone. So, in the meantime, the really only good way to reach me is going to be either through Discord, which again, I'm going to post all the details below, or you can hit me up via Facebook, and I will try to check my Facebook as often as I can. If you guys send me any questions via WhatsApp or try to text them to me, I didn't get them, I apologize, just resend them. If you guys do have any questions for me that you didn't ask this past week, feel free to ask them. You can either send them to me via Discord, Facebook. I'm not going to be naming names, so if you ask me a question, you don't want someone to know that you asked it, that's fine. I'm not going to be naming who did the thing. If you guys do want to hit me up on Discord, you'll just need to type in everything that's below as far as the username goes, including the numbers, and let me know how I know you, and vice versa. If I know you through Discord and you hit me up on Facebook, which will also be below, just let me know what your screen name is and which server I know you from, because I am in a few servers now and it's hard for me to keep track of who is who. That's my beat. So like I said, next week I want to get to your questions first and stream of consciousness afterwards, I guess. Yeah. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, post in the comments section below, drop a like, all that stuff, is like direct feedback from me. Let me know, hey, people are actually enjoying this. If you don't have a Google account, which is all you actually need to have a Facebook, or I should say a YouTube account, you can hit me up on Facebook, let me know. And I think that's about it. I think. Alright, well, we'll see how all this goes. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up with any questions you have. Everyone stay safe, be awesome, and I will see you guys next week. Hey guys, sorry about that. One more addendum. I swear, it's it, I swear. So, I didn't have permission before. I'm going to ask it first, even though it's an open permission. You'll notice the little icon there. That's basically how I'm sure all of you are feeling right now with me just constantly having to do this. I want to give another huge shout out to Fiaura, the tank girl. She is also letting me host this on her Discord. So, if you guys are interested in tabletop games, if you're interested in pony, if you're interested in science stuff, if you're interested, she's just awesome. She does all kinds of stuff, and she has an amazing community as well. I'm going to post her Discord and her YouTube channel and her Twitch channel because she's now on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fiaura the Tank Girl, I think. But all of her pertinent information will be below as well. I swear, I'm done now. I'm hitting the stop recording button, and I'm going to finally start getting this encoded.